Hi, my name's Elle and I look after the 180 project here at Community Church. That's the name that we give to all of our community activities. I want to talk to you today about our Christmas appeal. Every year we raise thousands of pounds for charities or projects locally and abroad. And this year we are going to split the funds between local work with refugees and asylum seekers here in Thurrock, as well as a project over in Zambia, which David will tell you about in a moment. In January this year, we joined a group of local organisations and agencies working together to try to better coordinate support and help for local refugees and asylum seekers. Asylum seekers are people that have fled their home country due to persecution, war, or other unlivable circumstances that made them feel unsafe. They come to new countries to try and find sanctuary and safety, and some of them end up here in the UK and in Thurrock. They often arrive with little with them. They aren't permitted to work while they're here until they get their refugee status. They can't drive, they can't have bank accounts, and for many they also are ineligible for English classes. So they're really isolated and really vulnerable during that time. On top of that, they can get moved from one area to another at just a few hours' notice. Many spend many months in hotels before they get placed in homes across the UK. When we hear of new asylum seekers being moved into the borough, here at the 180 project, we are working towards trying to do three things. The first thing is to welcome them. Within about 24 hours of them arriving, we aim to be on their doorstep, offering a warm smile, small gifts, and the offer of further help and support if they wish to accept it. Secondly, we want to help them access local vital services. Things like registering for GP surgeries and applying for local schools is much easier said than done when you don't understand the culture, the systems, or even the language. And thirdly, we aim to keep providing community activities that are accessible to those who are new to the area and may have little in the way of English as well. About 2 years after asylum seekers arrive in the country is when they're likely to be granted their refugee status. At that point, they then have access to benefits and more housing options. But because of that, they get moved to a different part of the borough or even a different part of the country, and the whole settling in process has to be restarted. So once again, we're needed to help apply for GPs, apply for schools, and help them integrate into their local communities. As you can imagine, this work is really valuable. It has a lot of impact. We absolutely love doing it, but we really need a bit more capacity over this next year. We're already working with over 100 refugees and asylum seekers in Thurrock, and we're expecting more and more to be referred to us in this coming year. So any help that you can provide us by way of finances to help us support this work will be very much appreciated.
Not only do we want to give to the work that we're doing here in our own communities, but we want to give to other nations, especially to the church in Zambia that we've been working with for a few years now, building a relationship with them. We know they're in a very poor area and they have people in their church and in their community that are desperately in need. So 50% of our giving will go to Zambia, and it will help those in need in the church and in the community. An example of this is a lady in the church that is living in a house with no roof and no doors, and so doesn't feel secure and has been robbed already, and when it rains she gets wet because there's no roof on her building. So we just want to help them to serve families like that. So please give generously, and 50% will go to Zambia to bless them in their ministry to those in need in their community. Thank you.
We'll be receiving your gifts towards our Christmas appeal during our community Christmas services on Sunday the 18th of December. So that gives you a little bit of time to consider whether you can give and how much, and get prepared. If you know you're not going to be around that Sunday, or just forget to bring it with you, you'll also be able to give online via our website or our app. So all that's left to say is thank you in advance for your generosity, and I wish you a happy Christmas.